Okay. All right. I hope everybody can see the screen, if someone can confirm. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Grace. Somehow today something is different. So we'll start with our session today, and today we'll be talking about breath work as part of our sadhana, our practice, meditation. What's important in meditation, in understanding who we are, understanding the whole energy pattern or energy flow is big part is our breathing. We call it prana for a reason. It impacts us. We do, like you all know, in our practice, we start with relaxing the body and then breath work to slow down the brain waves. Once the brain wave slows down, along with the physical body relaxation, it helps us in getting into meditation easily. Now, and at least I always recommend Anulom-Vilom, also known as Nadi Shodana or alternate nostril breathing without a gap. And there is a reason for that, but along with it, we'll understand the breath work in general, where some of us may be going wrong, where a little modification can help us a big way. So when we are talking about breath work, in general, when we say pranayam or we just say breath work, focus on breathing technique, these are all basically referring to different types of breathing exercises or techniques. There are, no right or wrong. There are some basic stuff, there are some advanced stuff. So all what we need to understand is what it is, and then we can follow whatever work for us, and depending on our stage, depending on your level, we can pick. Certain things applies to all, doesn't matter what level, means how many days, whether you're a beginner or you're an advanced people. So what happens is, if you focus on it, you are not only impacting the physical level, you are also impacting your mental, emotional, and physical, which helps during your spiritual journey. So in order to be continually moving forward in your spiritual journey, we cannot avoid breath work or focus on breathing. So during your breath work or during this whole pranayam process, you intentionally change your breathing pattern. When we say focus on your breath, so you are observing your breath. Wherever you place your attention, you place your energy. So there are different forms. Some basic, some advanced form of pranayam, some simple, slow breathing, like as a beginner, sometime, we suggest people, okay, just slow breathe. That's the easiest one. No one can say, hey, I need to learn. Slow exhale, slow inhale. Again, what are you doing? Intentionally changing your breathing pattern. So what are you doing? Consciously breathing. You're breathing systematically. When you run or do a brisk walk, you will see automatically you're breathing faster. Why? Lungs need more oxygen or you can say at a higher rate. So the body knows that I need more oxygen. So automatically you start breathing faster. That's a need base. Here you are calm, you are sitting, and you are changing. And when we say change, usually you are slowing down, in certain cases, fluttering, like we call it. That may be called, okay, I'm making it faster. But again, it's a conscious decision that you are breathing in this particular way for a specific reason. So when we say Nadi Shodana, Anulom-Vilom, alternate nostril breathing, same thing, alternate names. So Nadi is referring to the energy channels. And Shodana is purification. And hence the name Nadi Shodana. And this name has been given by our masters, hundreds and thousands of years ago. So It is nothing new. We may be knowing it now, but everything is there for a reason. And you see that everything is scientific. Our human skull is not just one bone, multiple bones joined together. And these bones moves when we breathe. Now, of course, the movement is not in centimeters or inches, it's a very subtle movement, but they do move. The point here is they do move. They move in their own direction, in their own way. So as a group, they stay together, but individually they do move. And that's why we say when you are doing meditation, the cosmic energy is entering from the crown chakra or from the head, and it travels to your feet, or what we call Muladhara, number one, energy channel or chakra, what we call. And this is the science behind. Imagine at that time, our masters understood everything. And hence, it is very important that we understand. Do not follow any pranayam blindly just by listening to someone. Understand the do and don'ts, please. Because here you are working on your energy, your prana. Here you are directly impacting functioning of the body. So however simple it may sound, pay attention to the process, how to do it, do and don'ts. Advanced pranayam should always be done with help of a master. That means learn from someone. Don't just go on YouTube and say, okay, I got it. They are very powerful. So that doesn't mean you have to be scared of it. What it means is it's, just like electricity at home. You have to respect the power. You put your finger in the power outlet, you will get shock. But if you behave, you are using a plug, you can use electricity for all kind of uses to make our life simpler, better, more comfortable. So when we are talking about prana, is the vital energy, is the life force. Oxygen, of course, is going through this. And this is the first part, prana, and then yama. When we are saying, so we are controlling or regulating or expanding. That means we are working with our vital force, life force, vital energy, oxygen, whichever way we call it. So it's a scientific technique. It's not that, somebody just came out of with it. It purifies energies. It purifies your nadis, which is your energy channels, meridians as Chinese call it. It relaxes you, calms you down, it heals the body and the mind, because as the energy flows, it finds the blockage in your path. Imagine you're driving on a highway and then there is some, big piece of some debris, junk, some vehicle part is on the road. So what will happen? That lane will be blocked. So what will happen? All of a sudden, one lane is blocked. All the traffic has to go to the remaining. Traffic is slow. You will take more time to reach. Why? There is a blockage. So insufficiency of prana can lead to many health issues. Blockages can lead to many health issues. So when we meditate, these energy flows and find the blockage and fix the blockage for us. We don't need to know where they are. We don't even know. So we cannot guide them that, hey, here is a blockage, fix it. You can't see these energy flows or meridians or prana, these nadis. So it acts on all your mental, emotional, physical, all levels. And then when you do it in a scientific, rhythmic way in a particular order, you get all those benefits. You stay happy and healthy. Your system work efficiently. So automatically we are impacting the longevity. That means you will live longer and happier. And that's how these pranayams, different types, were developed. And again, they go thousands of years back. Now, this pranayam also corrects the nasal cycle. It also impacts the respiratory rate. So number of breathe in, breathe out per minute. Nasal cycle is your one side is always more active than the other. How to find out? You can always just place your finger just underneath your nostril. You will see between the two, one is active. So this one is a simple thing, and you will see how they keep changing. It's all rhythmic. It's the body is doing it. You don't have to worry about it. Now, you are inhaling, which is called puraka, is a conscious rhythmic process, enhancing vital energy. Why? Because cosmic energy is going with every inhale. This cosmic energy is keeping you healthy. So when we are working on our consciousness, which is our frequency, the energy, every inhale is helping us. And then it acts on your sympathetic nervous system. Exhalation, which is Rechka, is exhalation, which means the body is letting go a lot of toxins from the body, impurities. People think that exhale means it's only coming from lungs. So lung is the exchange of oxygen and CO2, carbon dioxide, and it's only the carbon dioxide. But actually the body and the mind both. So exhalation, usually you will see, is longer than inhalation. So the body is getting all the carbon dioxide and letting it go. So it's natural. If you observe the time you are taking for inhalation and exhalation naturally without any effort, exhalation will be a little longer. And there's a reason. Now, what we do, sometime we'll talk about that shallow breathing and, all those things where we have to really be attentive. And if we don't breathe properly, and someone may feel that, what do you mean? I mean, we breathe, without paying attention. What's the big deal? But now you understand this process of purification or detoxification is happening with every breath. And if we don't pay attention, in other words, if we pay attention, we can improve this detox, we can improve inhalation, means cosmic energy, means we directly impact our health. Now, acceleration is connected to parasympathetic nervous system. So you see both sympathetic or parasympathetic, they are attached, one each, inhalation, sympathetic, exhalation, parasympathetic. And that's where the balance is needed. It's not like, oh, why I need stress? I should be just relaxing. Let me have just parasympathetic, or let me just have sympathetic. I'll be very active, or any such thoughts may sound interesting, but it's always the matter of balance. You need balance. At certain time, you need energy. Morning, you wake up, everything, and you're ready to work. You need energy. In the evening, you need rest. Body needs to sleep, rejuvenate naturally. And you will look for that, okay, calming down energies. So time to time, we need both have value. It's not a question that I just need one, not the other. Now, one extremely important point. We breathe, how we breathe, sometimes we don't know. Sometimes it shifts and we have no realization. Sometimes there could be a trauma, there could be a road accident, right? Some impact, and our breathing pattern changes and we have no idea. Or you may have been breathing one way or the other and we never noticed. We thought this is the way, I mean, was there to check. Breathing, why it's important, why this slow breathing and all, or conscious breathing impacts us, because, we know in the lungs, blood is absorbing oxygen from the air. This process helps us because our body cannot work without oxygen. But the maximum level happens on the lowest lobe, where if you are doing shallow breathing, it won't get a chance Means body will not be able to absorb and do this exchange of oxygen and CO2 better. Yes, the process starts with your nose as you breathe and then move to your stomach, diaphragm, and the belly. We feel like it's happening on its own, so why should I bother? So what is chest breathing? If, you know, we are like if someone is just chest breather or breathing through the chest, that's inefficient. That exchange, you will think that why I'm tired, why I'm, the whole day feeling lack of energy. If you are chest breathing, that's not good. It's not your chest, it should be your belly that should be doing the job. Humans, we are belly breathers. Now, what does it mean just about, your stomach? You will see the diaphragm. This diaphragm is the whole mechanism which is going up and down, and that is what you would like to have. Is the most efficient way as it pulls down on the lung or pushing up, creating negative pressure or positive pressure as it is moving up and down. And with that, the air either comes in or goes out. One simple way of checking if you're a chest breather or belly breather is take a box of, your facial tissue paper kind of thing. Small box, it's a very light box. Put it on your chest, put it on your belly and see where it moves up and down. And you will know if you're a chest breather or a belly. Just by consciously being aware and all of a sudden you realize, oh, I'm breathing through chest. I should switch to belly. Be conscious, aware, and start breathing that way and you will change your breathing pattern. I've experienced this myself, so I know how surprised I was years ago when all of a sudden the body changes because of some incident and then you realize, wow, how quickly the body can change. And if you're not aware, you will not notice. And the beauty is how quickly it can come back if you're aware. But if you leave it there, it has switched. And you will stay on that without realizing. So in this case, if you are switching to chest, in efficient way of breathing, you are reducing your capabilities because the body is not getting enough oxygen, body is not getting enough rejuvenation. And of course, you will lose on your efficiency. You will feel tired, you will feel, always lack of energy and all those kind of things. So when we were talking about dominant nostril, so like we were talking about, inhale, exhale. So also realize the sympathetic nervous system is predominantly controlled by the right side of the brain. And that's the sympathetic. So parasympathetic is on the left side. So what happens, again, you need both. That's why you need balancing between these two. At any given time, if you observe, like you place the finger under your nostril, you will see one nostril is more dominant. During pranayam or our sadhana, we balance it. So don't get confused from that. I'm saying randomly, you just check normal day and you will find left or right, one is dominant. Roughly. Every 90 minutes, it switches. The body switches, right? So it's not exact 90, it's about 90 minutes. It is switching. So when it is a left nostril, which is dominant, which is parasympathetic, you are more in a calmer state. When it is right sympathetic, you feel more active. Both are needed. Ultimately, what you need is a balance. So sometime, if you really need to take a big decision or some very important one, and you want to be in a calmer state, that's okay. Either you balance your breathing, with pranayam or wait. And then once you are onto the parasympathetic side, left side, you say, okay, Now I can take a better decision. That also happens, is possible, because again, primarily where you are. Now, what is, you may have heard about hatha balancing, and the traditional hatha yoga integrate, harmonize, ha and tha, or hatha, what we call it. The right nostril uh, is basically connected to the sun, means the heating, right? Activation. And left nostril connected with the moon, or calmness, coolness. Like in the night, you see the moon, you feel calmness, right? Time to relax, time to sleep. Whereas in the daytime, sun means, okay, get up, time to go for work or whatever, some activeness. Yes, some people sleep in the day, work in the night. That's a different story. That's people, changing the circadian rhythm. Here we are specifically talking about circadian rhythm. So the average person, these energies, what happens? They have some conflict. Like we talked about just now, students and what they will work late in the night and then, wake up late in the morning. You are going against the circadian rhythm. You are creating conflict with the nature. We think we are efficient, there is no disturbance in the night and all, but actually we are losing our efficiency. Once we balance, once we have, a good understanding between these two, they are always friends, and that's all you need. Sympathetic, parasympathetic, there has to be a balance. We don't want conflict between these two. So the question now comes, okay, what do we do? How do we do? Right? You can sit in Sukhasana. That is the most common, simple one. You don't even want to, fold, just keep one leg in front of the other. Or you can go into Ardha Padmasana or Padmasana. Why Padmasana? Of course, there is huge benefit. It creates balance from feet to head. It really impacts your uh, muscular imbalances. It corrects it. The brain, spine, they are refreshed. Your mind become calm. It's a it's a great posture. However, it's not easy, especially for beginners. So that's why we say start with Sukhasana. You start with Sukhasana and slowly, slowly you progress. Because first time you do Padmasana, you will feel pain, discomfort. If you are in discomfort, you cannot be in meditation, because the pain will overpower. The pain will pull you out of meditation. So first and foremost thing is comfort. However, to progress, you should know that, okay, which is my direction? What should I be looking forward over the period? So start with Sukhasana and then slowly, and if you get into Padmasana, you will see the huge benefit. Padmasana really enhances your sadhana and helps you in working on your energy much faster, right? So now let's come to Nadi Shodana. Before every meditation, I always guide that, okay, let's do Nadi Shodana uh, for some time before we get. So let's understand how to do it for new members especially, and then what are the benefits? Why do we do it? Right? And remember, everybody is different. No two-person are identical. Your bone structure, your body structure, everything is unique. So sometime when we say, for example, we'll talk about keep the fingers together, right? The three fingers, and someone may find it difficult. There is a gap, or my finger is bending, or it's so painful to keep them straight. Do not worry. Whatever works based on your body structure, just do it. These are guidelines. This is a direction that which way you're gonna try. So Anulom Vilom, when we say, when we are doing, we are saying without a pause. That means after exhale, there is no pause. Straight away, we are inhaling. After inhaling, there is no pause. Straight away, we are exhaling. Okay, and we'll talk about that. So your right nostril, which is, as we talked about, uh, active, and Surya, Chandra, all those things comes into this. But because you are working one after the another, you are working on both. Whether it's a Surya or Chandra Nadi, you are activating one at a time, and hence you are balancing. You are balancing your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. And by doing this, you are becoming calmer, just like in meditation. Why? Because most of the people, your left side is more active, right? Uh, Sometimes you'll find people are full on negative, people in depression, all those things. Once you start balancing the nadis, once you start balancing the left and right side, they improve. And this is the reason they improve, because now you are balancing. They are no more one-sided. So start on your breathing first and then the positioning of the fingers, because that will come with practice. So sit in a very comfortable meditative posture, Ardha or Padmasana or Sukhasana. As we said, start with Sukhasana, just very comfortable. And then you should be sitting with the spine erect. That means back straight. You can, if you need, take help of support, in the sense against the wall, or sitting with the, some comfort, uh, pillow, cushion, something, that's okay. But unless it is a medical issue, you want to do it like we say meditation lying down, it's always recommended that you are having the spine straight. And again, it is a matter of flow of cosmic energy. It gives you the maximum benefit. So close your right nostril with the thumb. This is the first step. So, of course, eyes should be closed, as we said in the first one. Spine, your posture, everything is good. Then your thumb, block your right nostril. So right now, don't worry about the three. I'm not showing you posture for the three fingers. We'll come to it a little later, because otherwise you won't be able to see the thumb. So thumb, you use gently, you block. And of course, when we do, we take out the glasses also. So no glasses and no comfort. Block your right nostril gently. You're not pressing too much that it's caused discomfort. Just you're gently blocking. So what will happen when you block your right nostril? Your left nostril is left alone now. There's no other way, but whatever you do is only through left. So you start by exhaling from the left nostril. When you block the right, your first step is exhale, not inhale. And you will say, how can I exhale without inhale? Don't worry, the body is already in the process. So the moment you start, block and start exhaling. Now, the rate of exhale and then later on rate of inhale will be very natural, normal, soft breathing. So that means you are not putting any extra effort. You are not putting any extra, counting. Just exhale naturally what is comfortable to you. Everyone may have slightly differently. So once the exhale is done, inhale from your left nostril only, because right is blocked. You are exhaling from the left. The moment exhale is complete, no pause, start inhaling. Okay, so I blocked, exhale, I start inhaling, and again, no extra effort. So with the same rate, I am inhaling. Now what I will do, use my little finger, block my left nostril, and release my thumb. And this action of releasing and blocking, it's kind of happening at the same time. In practice, it may seem like, oh, for a moment, I have my both nostril blocked, but it will happen instantly with practice. Now that I have released my left, I've already inhaled, from the left to release the right. Now I will exhale from the right. So little finger is still blocking the left. I'm exhaling from the right. And after exhalation, I will again inhale from the right only. The moment I have inhaled from the right, I've blocked right with thumb like I did before, release the left. So what is happening, you see, systematically, I'm just switching between left and right nostril. Okay. So this in a day, when you're starting, you can start 3 minutes, 5 minutes. You can go up to easily 10 minutes. Total in a day, don't exceed 20 minutes. Like if you are doing morning, evening, or whatever time. But start And this one will not take much effort or discomfort, so you will be able to do easily. Okay. Now, let's come to the remaining three fingers, because little finger and thumb we talked about. Now you are switching. What rate I will be switching? As we said, it will be a very natural, normal flow. When I started, like anyone else, typically we say, humans, we go 13 cycles a minute, 13 breath in a minute. So that comes to about roughly, for example, whether it's 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds, whatever, inhale and exhale. So you take, say, roughly, argument's sake, 2 seconds to inhale, 2 seconds to exhale, 2 seconds to inhale, 2 seconds. Later on, you will fine tune and say, okay, it is actually 1.5 and 2 or 2.5, whatever, because exhale is a little longer. So I'm saying approximately you're observing inhale and exhale. As we practice, this process slows down. So currently, when I'm not on a regular, but during the practice, during this meditation or pranayam time, for me personally, I may be inhaling for about 10 seconds to 12 seconds, and I will be exhaling from 15 to 16 seconds. But that comes after practice, after months, years, you see slowly. It doesn't jump from 2 seconds to 10 seconds, from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, slowly, slowly. Don't force. Don't try to think if I do 10, I'm better than the person who's doing 3 seconds. No, it doesn't work that way. The body will guide you. You don't force. The point here is, as you slow down slowly, means gradually, now your lung efficiency improves. The whole respiration system become more efficient. Now you're going to the deepest level of lungs and exchanging air. No stale air inside your lung, because we got 3 different lobes. Also, there are other pranayam which really work on all 3. So once you start doing that and all this cycle and everything goes, in tandem, or your sadhana, don't just force yourself that, oh my God, okay, I'm at 2, I should be at 10 or 8 or 5. No, take your time. If you are 3, you are comfortable with 3, stay with 3. Your body will take you wherever, whatever number it has to, based on your structure, based on your effort, based on your individuals at that time, what the body needs. Now the remaining 3 fingers, try to keep them together. Why? It's all energy. When they stay together, it's like electrical circuit. What happens if I move one? Some people will not be able to. The bone structure, body structure says you will have very difficult time in just bringing them together. Don't worry. Leave it the way your body says, okay, this is my natural. Slowly, slowly, you will see some improvement. But if you can, the idea is keeping them these 3 together. So I'm not keeping gap here. I'm not keeping gap here. I'm not keeping gap here, keeping them together. If possible, when you do this, sometime when you start, the angle will be, say, 45 degree or whatever. Just keep it in mind that you want it to be pointing upward. Initially, it will be a lot of effort. You will feel discomfort keeping, your hand straight. Then only fingers can be straight. You cannot keep your hand like this and bend the fingers like this. That's not what it means, right? You are just moving the entire your hand like this so that the fingers are pointing upward. So when I'm doing, so that's the reason I was keeping the fingers bent, because now you cannot see my thumb or little finger, right? And even if there is a gap or something, slowly, slowly work on the gap and work on the direction. So initially you may feel, oh my God, I have to forcefully put my hand straight. So wherever it is, first start and then slowly, slowly bring it straight. With this, you get the maximum benefit. So don't think if it is at an angle, I'm not getting the benefit. You are. It's just what is the ideal posture. So ideal is no gap, pointing upward. Spine straight, body fully relaxed. Start with exhale from the left nostril and end by exhale from the left nostril only. Typically 3, 5 or 7 minutes should be good for you. Start with 3 minutes, go to 5, 7, that's wonderful. If you can do twice a day, excellent. No, once, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever your schedule is, whatever works. Of course, Brahma Muhurat is always excellent time, but doesn't mean that if you cannot, then you should leave it. So benefits, as we said, it really cleans your body from any trauma, from, even past life traumas, what we call the energy that we are carrying forward from previous lives. Pranayam, meditation, it has that much power to cleanse your past karmas. Okay. And because you are kind of massaging, you are working on your diaphragm, you are working on your breathing, you improve the balance between right and left hemisphere. The moment you balance, your anger comes down. Very first common benefit people see, the person become calm. Why? Because now you're a balanced person. You can think rationally. You're just on the burst of emotion, jumping and yelling and whatnot. We know the left and right nostril, they're connected to the brain, and now both left and right hemisphere of the brain are balanced. Your acid alkali pH levels are balanced. Your blood pressure get balanced. Balance means calms down to the normal level. Once your nasal cycle gets in the benefit, balancing, your respiratory, the whole detox process get uplifted, improve, optimum efficiency, whichever way you think about it. So what it does is your anxiety, depression, migraine, fatigue, all those kind of things, lack of energy, I'm always, anxious, all those things goes away. When you're working on your chakras, you will see especially the first 3 chakras where all the typical, calm, krodh, moh, maya, all those kind of things, what we talk about, the typical low frequency emotions, low level, are replaced with the positive, high, elevated emotions. It changes your human energy field or the electromagnetic field or the frequency, what we call your consciousness. So your connection with the universe is changing. When you meet someone, sometimes you feel like, wow, this person has a very good vibe. What is that vibe? That is the electromagnetic field that body is emitting. And your electromagnetic field interacts and gives you instant message. I like this person or I don't like this person. Nothing to do with what the person says or do. Just by being near such any person, your fields are interacting and you get some sense. It's all coming from there. So you can't cheat, you can't hide. Your magnetic field is telling everyone who you are. So certain key things you have to remember. Exhale is generally slower, longer than your inhalation, which is normal. Don't think you are doing something wrong. When it is, initial stage, just 1 or 2 seconds, you cannot see the difference. But if it increases over time, you will see clearly 8 seconds versus 10 seconds. And you don't need to use a stopwatch to time, but if you're interested, you can check, but not on daily basis. Because if you are counting, you may be going away from your meditative state. So there is no gap. Why? Because you see, sometimes people may have heart condition or blood pressure condition. And so holding it should be avoided. That's why I highly recommend Anulom-Vilom, very forgiving in any kind of condition mostly. So that's why this is the one which is safest out of all, and no pause. So yes, with pause, you get little extra benefit. But again, as I said, do it under an expert, learn, understand properly. But this one is the one that you can start easily. And remember to maintain your empty stomach condition. So don't just do your pranayam, any pranayam, including this, right after a meal. If you had any beverage, any drink, wait an hour or more. Light snack, at least 2 hours or more. And then if you had a full meal, then obviously you're waiting until about 4 hours. So I had lunch right now. I don't want to do right away. I had dinner. I'm not going right away. Give a gaps, because once you eat or drink anything, there is only one function which is of utmost importance to the body, which is digest. Nothing else. Body doesn't want to do anything but digest. Why? If you don't digest the food in time, it becomes poison for the body. I mean, understand, from the toxin side, not poison means real poison. The body has to digest. And that's why energy is taken away from other sources like your other system and then put into digestive system. So maintain this. That's the most important thing. And whether you do in the morning, because if you had no breakfast, nothing, then it's a great time. After you wake up, empty stomach is already there. That's why we say early morning, once you wake up, do it. Very easy. And of course, you don't want full stomach, you don't want full empty as well. If you are hungry, if you are only thinking about food, then how will you focus on your pranayam or meditation or any such state? So try to avoid both the scenarios, and then you will get the maximum benefit. So check what kind of breather you are, whether it's chest or belly, hopefully belly, not chest, and then start breathing normally, and then slowly you start. So masters, now we will take your questions. If you have any, feel free to raise your hand, unmute yourself, and go for it.
Yeah, Gaurav.
Yes, Grace ji, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for the session. I didn't get a chance to come earlier. And I wanted to ask, like, the way you say that breathe from the chest or the belly. So my question is, why do we use that? Why do we say breathe from here or from the belly? We are breathing from the nose, but if we are breathing up to the chest or up to the belly, that's a different thing. Why do we say breathe from the chest or the belly?
Sometimes what happens, this process, your process starts, of course, with nose, but doesn't end there. It should reach the bottom lobe of the lung. That means you should not be breathing from the chest, but from the belly. Diaphragm should be moving and causing this process, not just chest. So sometime, if you say some accident, you trip, you fall down, or sometime the road accident, you get a shock impact. So the body is in a state of shock, the muscles, chest, right? If you're hurt only on the leg or hand, I mean, it doesn't impact. But if it is a chest related or abdomen, any impact there, the muscles and all, they are in trauma, they are in some, whatever the impact they had. And that can change your breathing pattern. You can shift from normal belly to chest. That means you're a very inefficient breather now. It is somehow doing it without you realizing. That means you lose your efficiency without realizing.
So basically, that's just a term to say, like, breathe from chest or breathe from belly, right?
Not term. You're not going through your entire lung or that whole process of diaphragm thing. So what's happening is imagine you are just starting and ending, starting and ending. You're not going full in, full out, full in, full out.
Yeah. But you
So
cannot say breathe, you're breathing from chest or belly, maybe because you're breathing from nose, because the air would definitely go first in the chest and then in the belly.
okay, now I know what you mean. See, the term nose is given. The air will enter from nose, or of course, if somebody breathe from mouth, that is given. The point is how deep it is going,
Yeah.
right? I'm breathing from nose, but is it just breathing and exhaling right from the nose level? Am I going to the first lobe? Am I going to the second or up to third lobe of lung? That is the question. So when the chest means, of course, I'm breathing from nose, but it's not going fully down and I'm just letting it go. But when I'm doing from my stomach, when my diaphragm is doing the whole up and down like a pump, that means it is taking air all the way to the lung bottom and pumping it out. Then it is efficient, which is belly breathing, not chest. So if I am belly breathing and I put that box of tissue paper right on the chest, it won't move. But when I'm chest breathing, you will see the chest moving.
Yeah, but it all depends like your focus. If you're focusing on belly, obviously your breath will go to the belly and belly will come out instead of the chest. But if you
That is
focus on
correct.
your chest, then the chest will come out
What happens is if you're not
because
aware of,
energy will move where your focus is, right?
see, energy will go there, but your breathing will not switch to chest breathing if even if I'm focusing on my chest, right? Suppose I'm
Okay.
focusing on my ribs. I have some issue, right? I have a whatever, say fracture or whatever, right? I'm focusing there, but that doesn't mean I'm changing my breathing. I'm just taking my energy there for healing. But it happens with an impact. If I have a rib fracture, that means I had an impact. That means the whole muscles in this area got a shock. What is diaphragm? Is ultimately muscles. So because of that impact, the breathing pattern changes because they stop functioning the way they should, right? Sometimes somebody slaps you. 2 seconds, you are in a state of shock. You don't know what to say, what to do. Same thing happens with our those muscles. They forget their function. So someone has to come and tell them, hey, buddy, wake up. You got
Hmm.
to work, right? So that's what it means. We intentionally don't change to chest breathing. Some impact, certain conditions, or whatever reason. But the moment you realize, then consciously you have to pay focus and take it back to your complete lung. And then you focus on your breathing. So when we do pranayama, oh, sorry, meditation, right? We say observe your breathing. So if I'm aware of this process, that this is chest, this is because before even I haven't heard this term, right? It's chest breathing, belly breathing, this breathing, that breathing. So the moment, years ago I came to know, and then it made me think, yes, makes sense. So now when I'm meditating, if I'm observing my breath, being aware, so not that in meditation I'm thinking, but in conscious mind knows, then I'm observing my breath all the way going in, all the way going out. I will always be a belly breather. I will never come out and become a chest breather. But if I have no idea, observe my breath, I can observe even if it is up to chest or whatever. That's all it means. So just being aware of the topic and then observe who you are. You're a belly breather, perfect, done. Checklist, nothing more to be done.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Vindhya ji, please go ahead.
Namaste, Gauraji.
Namaskar.
Thank you. Beautiful topic. This is what I'm doing every day, doing 15-minute pranayam because I require it. And thanks to Hebel, they have this link, and every day I'm doing it. So many questions you answered. I was thinking, what more can I learn about breathing? But so much more. Correcting the process too. First thing was I was just thinking every time I do um, Nadi Shodana, and I was thinking this name, how did it come just when I was doing? And for me, somehow in my own, I could have looked it up, but I thought Shodh means search. So I thought I'm searching for the Nadi. So I consciously, for me, I know Nadi's energy, but I felt like, that heartbeat kind of thing. I was listening to it. So I made up my own definition, but thanks for putting the definition there, and it makes sense now. So thank you for that. And you also corrected that Nadi Shodhan process. I know in Habel he makes us do it, but he also asks us to stop, which you are saying is not as efficient, but after in like Anulom stop, Vilom, I mean stop. Um, I felt that is also important, but I don't know. Maybe you can comment on that more. I know most efficient would be for beginners, especially to go without pause. And he keeps mentioning about if you have BP, be cautious. But I do have a high BP, but I'm taking medication. I still want to do it, and I feel I have seen the benefits also by doing it. Body adapts to it, I think. The best thing I want to say is experimenting. Basically, I've been doing every day, right? And using Saurabh's methods, he makes you breathe from belly, from chest, from shoulders. And like Grace ma'am says, maybe we do breathe from nose and it goes through everything, but taking your awareness there actually makes you see, like, you can breathe where you take your awareness, that's where the energy flows. So obviously it's flowing to the stomach more than what not without awareness, how we do. I mean, breathing itself was without awareness before, but now doing it with experimenting and consciously doing it, and I see the benefits too. I'm able to walk much better. I'm able to do my regular. It is helping me do my practice better. So lots of benefits. So, and what else? You mentioned also about detoxifying. It does detoxify. It does remove all those toxins or blockages that we have. There are a lot more things that I had noted when you were saying, and you explained some terms which I had never heard too before. So thank you so much. It is I'm seeing the benefits, and I think it is so good that we consciously are trying it out. Thank you.
Thank you, India ji. And just to comment on the hold or the pause part, you can say it's an advanced Anulom-Vilom. So
Mhm.
in the session, we don't know who has what health condition. That's why I always recommend without pause, because yes, with pause you get extra benefit, but also you have to be extra careful.
Mhm.
That's all. So if a person is aware that yes, I don't have no heart condition, no such, I can do with the pause, then obviously we can get to the next level with the pause. You can get to the advanced pranayam then, right? Because talking about breathing, uh,
Mhm.
it is so powerful when we add mudras to it, because just by changing mudra, whether I'm sitting this, whether I'm sitting with like this, whether I'm sitting with the chin mudra, it changes nothing. I'm sitting same way,
Yes,
but
yes,
I'm changing the mudra will change the energy flow to either the first lobe, second lobe,
yes,
third
yes,
lobe. So imagine the power it has. So
yes.
that's why we say the basic, we can talk over, just like this on Zoom. Uh, we don't know who end user would be sometime through recording.
Mhm.
That's why we say the advanced one, learn one-on-one or with someone so that you understand do and don'ts. That's why I keep mentioning some do and don'ts, what applies. So
Mhm.
at least the person doesn't do the don'ts.
Yes.
And that is the thing. Regarding blood pressure, not just Nadi Shodana, but as it's a part of inner engineering program, and that is one of the first thing I saw. It immediately starts dropping. Dropping means if it is high, bring it to the normal level. Your blood pressure within 3 months, you can see. At least I saw.
Mhm.
I didn't had a high, but say from 135, I know mine dropped to 117, something like that, 115.
Sure.
So that was my first thing. I said, yeah, meditation work, whether it is meditation, pranayam, whatever, because it's a combination of
Mhm.
activities, but it does improve and it impacts directly.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned mudras. I was also going to say, I remember doing Sadhguru's program, and the first thing he says is put your palm up, breathe, and you can consciously note where the lungs, which part of the lungs expand, and it's much more open and more breathing when you put your palms up. So yes, definitely that. And I don't know. I would recommend this to everyone, my children and everybody. Doing pranayam and yoga definition and meditation. These should be part of everybody's routine. So thank you.
Very welcome. And just talking about the palm, whether you are facing the palm upward or downward also has an impact on the energy, we receive during the process. In the morning, you want to be activated, so we keep it up. In the night, when we do certain, before sleeping, you want it to be down because that is the time you want to sleep. You don't want to energize your body. So, just whether you are receiving or you are saying, time to release. So there is so much detail which our gurus have given for these through these pranayams or mudras or, asanas or meditation, that it's amazing that by simple 5 to 10 minutes in a day, how much we can impact our life.
Thank you. Thank you for this session.
Welcome, India ji. Manav, please go ahead.
Yeah, Gaurav, one thing is there. How many seconds you can stop, because means I've been doing it, but the balance of left and right, right? Left is clear, right always is a blockage. But for whatever reasons, continues in stopping it, right? So when I do it on the left is okay. On the how much time should be there, if you block it, not going like 10, 15 seconds, but how much time you should stop breathing, and don't have any condition.
Are you referring to the advance with the
Yeah,
pause?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So see, with the pause first, if you have a blockage, then let's look into that part first, right? And generally, the body will guide you without the pause first. That yes, my process without the pause is normal or not. Like if I'm going back and forth, everything, no issue. Or if I have a block could be because of many reasons, right? Sometime it could be physical, like cyst or any such thing which is blocking one side. But the first thing I would recommend before we get into the pause thing is just observe if the blockage is 24 hours or does it changes with time. What I
Okay.
mean is, if
Yeah.
suppose in the morning I see my right is blocked, an hour later, try again. Hour means 45 minutes or so. Still the right is blocked, another 45 minutes. So keep checking many times a day. And if every time you find the right block, that means it is physical, probably. But if it switches with time, that means with nasal cycle, it's switching. Now my left is blocked, right is clear. That means with the nasal cycle, it is switching. So that is different thing.
Okay. I'll monitor that, I
Okay.
didn't pay attention to that, when it happens, but I see that the left is always nice. Yeah, like you were talking about, stomach or this one. But yes, when you are doing it from the stomach, you don't feel the difference between left and right.
Right.
If you do it till the chest, you feel a difference, right? Because now you are throttling it more if it is blocked.
Mhm. Yeah. So
No,
little
that
attention and
yeah,
it,
good refresher, after a
yeah,
long time. Yeah.
because these are the things we kept doing it, and then once you, like any book, you go through second time and you see, oh wow, okay, this thing I missed first time, or oh yeah, I had forgotten about this. So it's always nice, and then just keep observing your body, and body talks to us.
Yeah, second thing you mentioned about, spine being straight. I need to find some kind of support, to keep it straight because that is one thing which doesn't allow you to meditate for a longer time is when you start straining your back, then your mind goes there.
Absolutely. Any part of the body, whether it is your hands, legs, back, any part which gives discomfort will pull you out.
Yeah.
So that's why we say you can stretch your legs in meditation, just don't open the eyes.
Yeah.
The back, as you said, yeah, take support. Sometime too much support could be distracting as well. And ideally, the support, like you can see Grace G right now, your support is coming up to the shoulder level. That's what it should be. It should not go all the way up. So that's the right way. Support only your back, but not all the way up to head.
Yeah, just the spine, from where it starts
That's
to end.
fine
Yeah.
because all you need is basically the lower to the mid region.
Yeah. One thing I've observed in the last 5 years, maybe it started, when I used to do that in my basement, I had a different impact, longer meditation. Now I do it upstairs, it is not much, I don't know.
Your energies in the area impacts your energy.
Yeah.
So when you go to the basement, for example, I'm just theoretical example I'm giving, and you always go there to relax. The energies in that area will be relaxed. If I'm in a study room, for example, or if I'm in every room will kind of build its energy. There is a lot of action happening. You are watching TV in one room, different energy than a place where you meditate, for example. So when you go to a temple, of course, they're designed in a way, but still the energies are calmer because whosoever is coming there is coming with a positive emotion that, okay, even if I have problem, it will be resolved, or I'll get some help, or I just want to sit in peace for some time. Versus I go to a gym, right? Or I go to, workplace where energies will be different frequency.
Yeah, I get it. That's a good analogy. I didn't connect that, two by two. Maybe I'll go back to the basic. Yeah. No, that's good.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Gaurav ji, are we recording the Q&A?
Yes, we are.
Oh, thank you so much. Because I missed in between. Thanks.
Yeah, Gaurav, I need to send this particular, video of yours to my wife, because she was doing it and she was asking me, and I said, once we are done with this one, look at that, review that.
Yeah,
That will clarify the things for her. I know you had one, I don't know, a few years back also on this Alom-Vilom.
yes, it was a long time ago
Long time back, yeah.
that we talked, I think maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah,
And
you had put a video also, showing the fingers and all that. I think I should have a link of that. But this is good, you have uh, put it everything in the words there also, easy to see.
that's the reason I thought and there are some new members joining in the last some months, and also it's always good to recap. And time to time, even for us, like I keep recapping the topics, and after 3 years, you have forgotten a couple of points and it refreshes you. It helps.
During our last session, we had a lot of Q&A, and I says, time has already gone. I won't ask that. I will just say, one thing on my journey. When I started, maybe Gaurav, that I had seen so many things. But as the time has progressed, I mean, I don't have anything bad or something, I have everything forgiven. But I haven't seen any experiences coming. So, which is okay. I don't worry about that, I don't even think. But sometime when it is you're going to a new park, you are able to see a lot of new things, and after a certain period of time, you don't realize these new things are new. You think these are just things, you don't even get to see them.
See, sometimes we expect the experience to be in certain way, and we say we have not experienced anything, which may not be true, because experience of benefits, experience of energy may be different person to person. I feel energy one way versus other. Astral travel, out of body, all those things, you get what you deserve, not what you desire. So if you do not need it, universe will not give you. When you don't need it, why bother?
You
You
know,
know,
that is something. At that time, there was a lot of curiosity, you know, and it made its way. Now the curiosity is not there. It has, subdued there, okay, this is an experience, but I'm not doing it for the experience. I'm doing for something a bigger good. So that
exactly.
curiosity of finding something new is not there. So
Because once you focus inward, improving your energy, your own frequency and all, is different than experiencing something outward. So long time ago, as you had shared before, you had all different kind of experiences. But now it's much calmer, no more scary or no, whatever. So it's a journey. That itself is a good indication where you are heading, of course, in this case, positive direction.
yeah, but I have not been able to do the astral little bit since my college days. I don't know why.
If you don't need, why?
It's a good experience, when you can see that you can't feel anything, you can't move anything, but you know that you're awake. Yeah, long time. Okay, thank you.
Welcome, Manav. Thanks, everyone. We will meet next session.